Welcome to Dr. Jester Rants, and I'm gonna rant about this from only the comics again. Star Trek The Next Generation star LeVar Burton says Geordi LaForge never finding love was racist.
Those white man who wrote the show had an unconscious bias that was on display to me and other people of colorism.
This is why I think certain actors have a very weird narcissistic personality or something, or they are devoid of a good personality or anything like that. Because he's definitely clinging to the current nonsensical shenanigans of the control left and their various political nonsense. Because Geordi LaForge was and will always be that guy, you know, that average guy that studies a lot in school. Regardless of race, he was actually made to reflect that. Regardless of race, he was a studious guy. He exceeded everything he tried to do, and he was good at it. He was the best engineer. I actually loved his character. I identified myself on him in multiple times. And I think he was one of the best and one of my favorite characters. I loved it when he became captain in some future episodes that happened. Spoiler alert. Anyway, and he was great. He had obviously problems dating, and that is something that every single man has, but even more so the nerds and geeks type. And he was made to represent the nerd and the geek. Is he aware of that, or is he thinking that only black people have that problem? Doesn't that mean that he's a bit racist? Food for thought. Food for thought. But then again, he's an actor. They are usually devoid of personality, most of them. Anyway, according to actor LeVar Burton, the fact that his Star Trek The Next Generation character, Geordi LaForge, never found love during the series' 7th season run was an act of unconscious racism perpetrated against him by those
white men who wrote the show.
And yet, the Klingon, yes, Worf, found love with multiple white women in the show. So there goes the racism claim. In fact, Guinan was also exceptionally wise. I think I got her name wrong. It's been a while since I watched Star Trek The Next Generation. I watched that 3 times. But memory can be fickle when you're 8. Anyway, despite the fact that only 3 of the Enterprise's crew members, including Captain Picard, ended their tenure having found love where no man has gone before. Oh, he said no man. Oh. Burton broached the subject of race in Star Trek during an interview in Rolling Stone, published in November 26th, and began promotion of his upcoming gig hosting the latest game show adaptation, Trivial Pursuit. Don't care. Let's see what he says.
You have to understand that in my family watched Star Trek religiously. If it wasn't appearing in those conventions as part of the storytelling, I would be on the other side as a fan. In those, Star Trek was really important to me growing up because what Gene Roddenberry was saying to me was, when the future comes, there's a place for you.
And that was the future that we all had. Up until 2010-ish, when identity politics and racial divides started to take hold of society again. Now, there's only place for certain people depending on skin color and what you carry between your legs. Society has regressed. I miss the future of Star Trek. We were looking forward to that, but
that's huge representation and thinking matters. It does to me being able to see myself. Nichelle Nichols was not simply inspiration, it was validation. That's how powerful the medium can be. #MeToo.
However, Burton outlook on Star Trek soared when Matuccio next inquired if the actor would make any changes to Geordi if the next generation was currently in development. A question he met with a said, yeah, he'll get laid. Well, cool and all that. But remember, your character was made to represent the geeks and nerds that watch the show, and I saw myself in that a lot. Look at me. I'm obviously not black, but I saw myself on him. Regardless of his skin color, he's a great actor, but he has a shitty personality in real world. It goes to show the other adage that say never meet your heroes. After Matuccio then commented that it was pretty weird that Data and an android got laid more than Geordi. Weird, it's insulting! Whether they are aware of it or not, those white men who wrote the show had an inconscious bias and was on display to me and other people of color reason. Their blind spot is revealed in the fact that black man never was successful at one of the basic and the most, my wife says, resolute for every pot. It's true, the idea that Geordi never found a late for his spot is ludicrous, it's preposterous and insulting. Maybe you should have been a bit of a geek or a nerd when you grew up or things like that, and you would understand the role you played. But I don't think he did. It's unfortunate, because quite frankly, he is one of my favorite characters of the show. He was smart, he was good, he definitely was not a Mary Sue type of deal. He had his flaws, he had his problems, and he was smart, and he knew what to do. And it made people of various races and genders identify with him. Now, based on the woke factor, let's see. Based on Riker, Deanna Troi, Picard, and him. 4 actors. Holy shit, the Next Generation really did bring up the woke shenanigans. Because there are 4 actors, main actors, who are filthy fucking woke. Shit on a pickle. Anyway, woke. Hey! All 4 actors who are woke are in the same picture that I know of. It's sad, really. It's so damn sad seeing things like that you like and then it just goes. Anyway, on that fucking hell, have a great fucking night.